Lika here for Peak Survival. I'm doing a series right now on bug out bags and what to put in them, from everyday carries to more detailed items. So right now we're going to be covering water, an obvious one to look at. The importance of water is paramount, and making sure that you have clean drinking water. So we have different water treatment solutions here. But before I go into them, when I was hiking, there were so many times where I would come to a beautiful stream. It was nice, clean water, incredibly tempting to just take my Nalgene and fill it up from there. But it's paramount that you don't assume that the water coming down that stream is pure and free of pathogens. It has occurred before where I was hiking. When I went further up from the stream, there was a dead sheep in the water. Now, if you can imagine all those pathogens and bacteria coming through, and if I had just taken it straight from the stream, I could have gotten severely ill, dehydrated, and these are very real things that can happen in an emergency situation. So never assume that the water you come across is free of pathogens. So whenever I start preparing, I always make sure that the first item I have is Nalgene that's already filled with water, that is clean. There are different solutions to water treatment. So on this side, on the left, we have chemical solutions. So we have some lightweight options here, like the chlorine tablets, iodine, there's potassium permanganate, there's the Myox salt solution. We've done more detailed videos on all of these, so we'll put some links below so you can learn how to use each item. Really great lightweight option, obviously, are the chemical ones, but you have something by Life Straw. Now this is a portable water filter, incredibly light and straightforward to use. You have the filter on the end, and then you put it in the water and you suck it directly from the top here. So easy to use. Children can use it. So this is something that you might want to consider if you're doing more of a lightweight bug out solution, or you have children. Children will enjoy using that. It's quite fun and simple. Something amazing about water purification tablets. Now, if you're in a situation where you're in a bug-in situation where basically it's emergency, but you're stuck at home, to have in your preparedness kit would be something like this, and you could fill an entire bathtub and put one tablet in, or if you have water bowsers. And impressively, one tablet can do 200 liters of purification. That's impressive. So that's the one thing about the chemical solutions. They're lightweight and they're quite effective. But it's not something you want to think of too long term. You don't want to put too much in your system. Over here, we have the platypus. We've covered this before in our Peak Survival video. This is a gravity-fed solution. So basically you put your dirty water up here, so this is the dirty reservoir. You fill it up from the stream. You let it go through the tube, through the filter, and then it will flow all the way down into your clean reservoir. There's nothing to do, there's no hand pumping. This is the lazy man's option, but it's quite effective. It's a bit slow, but I mean, the amount of volume, you get 4 liters in that time, so that's quite a generous amount of water. And obviously, depending on where you are, if it's a hot environment or if you have to cover a lot of distance, you can be in a situation in hot, tropical locations or deserts that you may need to consume up to 8 liters of water. So something like that, very effective and easy. We have the hand filtration system. So these are the ceramic options. Obviously now we're talking about weight and it's taking up more space. They're incredibly effective. You do need to do some basic cleaning every now and then, just scrubbing down the ceramic filter on the inside. As effective as these are, and they can pump out a lot of water for you, it is a bit of a workout, and in an emergency situation you want to conserve your energy. A great option, but again, we're talking about weight now. So if it's longer term use, then this is a good option. And then here's another option as well by MSR. This one, you just put the pad directly into the water. It'll suck through the pad and clean the water. Quite simple, but again, it's just a little bit more work. You're needing to pump your arm. Whereas something like the Life Straw, lightweight, and the temporary portable one, that can do 1,000 liters on its own. 1,000 liters, and it can purify 0.2 microns. So that's covering a lot of ground there in terms of pathogens. It's disposable, so in terms of eco-friendliness, you're covering a lot of ground in terms of literage, but at one point you will have to dispose of it. So you can always get the reusable one, where it's better design, much sturdier. And at the bottom here, you have the filter, which is replaceable right there. So these are all replaceable. So for me, I have this one, it's slightly heavier, but I like the fact that it's eco-friendly and reusable. Moving on to water containers. Obviously, most people's go-to is the Nalgene because it's BPA free, so you don't have plastic in your water. We have aluminum, we have other sort of plastic flask options. We have, which I've used in the past actually, just something super effective and simple like this. Again, if you're looking for lightweight, doesn't get as lightweight as this. So you can have your Nalgene, and then this could be your backup water pack. I like this product. This is quite creative. So this is the ionic absorption micron filter system in the water bottle. So all you have to do, again, it's quite simple and lazy, but you just put the water in, follow the directives, and through the filter, you can just drink directly. It takes up a bit more space, but I mean, when you compare it to an Nalgene, it's okay. Over here, we have your emergency drinking water pouches. So these are already ready to go. So you might want to consider having some of these in your first aid kit. But again, you're carrying weight. So you may want to have one instead of having multiples. It just depends on how many people are in your group and how long you're going out for. I always have these handy at home, or I have water jerry cans, so the plastic ones. It's really important to note that you shouldn't be putting water in metal jerry cans. It will rust and affect your water. So just having these in a dark space so that the obviously plastic doesn't sort of permeate into the water. I keep them in the dark. I have loads of these on standby just in case, and it has come in handy. Actually, last year we needed water and we had tons of them and there was no stress. When we talk about water carrying, a lot of you are familiar with these water pouches, and they're by Nalgene or MSR or Osprey. There's lots of different brands, but they obviously carry a lot of literage, and you can put them in your Camelback or in your bug out bag, and you can just constantly be refilling them. These are quite lightweight and effective. This is usually what I use on a weekly basis, really, when I go hiking. But in an emergency situation, having this already in your bag, ready to go, yeah, you're good to go. So that concludes our section on water, and we have more videos coming your way in terms of tools, fire, first aid, cooking, the lot.